common causes of functional dyspepsia and how is it different from other gastrointestinal disorders?
Common causes usually stems from after you get a bowel infection, like stomach flu or a viral illness, or you have this bacteria called Helicobacter pylori that lives in your stomach and you get infected by it, or you're more stressed, you have anxiety, depression, and other psychiatric problems, or you just have, your stomach is just more sensitive, and these patients are more prone to have functional dyspepsia. How is it different from other digestive disorders? Well, FD just affects the stomach. Your gut is made up of a variety of organs from your esophagus or the food pipe down to your stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine. You've got accessory organs like the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas, and all these have diseases of their own, and these are very different from FD.
I can imagine that food or any kind of, your kind of diet would have an impact on functional dyspepsia as well.
Yes, the stomach doesn't like things which are too spicy, too sour, too caffeinated, alcohol. And if it's too oily or too heavy, then the stomach needs to work harder to digest. So if you have FD, then taking all these things, especially if you take too much, then it can make the symptoms worse.
Are there underlying conditions that will lead to functional dyspepsia?
Yeah, as I alluded to, so if you have a bad bout of infection, like stomach flu or viral infection, if you have this Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacteria, so all this can lead to functional dyspepsia in the long run.
Can regular exercise, for example, or sort of stress management help prevent or alleviate functional dyspepsia symptoms?
Well, definitely. I think exercise is a very good way of managing stress. You go out for a run or gym session, you feel better, and then that certainly can make your FD symptoms better, if not go away.
How important is it to avoid specific foods, and how can I identifying the triggers that will lead to functional dyspepsia?
Yeah, so some patients are triggered by certain foods. Yeah, not all the foods that we mentioned are bad for every FD patient.
Yeah.
So you got to listen to your body and more specifically listen to your gut, and then what your stomach tells you, what you can and cannot eat. So these are important.
Right. So for me personally, right, I've developed quite a spice tolerance. So it may not cause functional. Is that safe to say?
It doesn't cause it, but then I think it's safe to say that some spicy food will not trigger your FD symptoms if you were to have FD, because you have, you seem to be quite tolerant to spicy.
What are the most effective treatment options for managing functional dyspepsia, and do they vary based on individual symptoms?
Yes, so we usually start with over-the-counter medications that reduce the acid in your stomach, be it antacids or H2 blockers like famotidine or ranitidine. And then we have prescription-only medicines that again reduce the stomach acid in the form of proton pump inhibitors and stronger acid reducing medicines which are on the market now. And there are other medicines which help with the symptoms like anti-bloating, prokinetic agents, so on and so forth.
Alrighty, well, there you go. Thank you so much, Dr. Benjamin Yip, for joining us on another episode of Everybody Knows, and we were talking about functional dyspepsia.